YouTube channel, Vastu Creations. Please subscribe, ring the bell. Today we're going to look at the untimely passing of Lisa Marie Presleys. May she rest in peace. Condolences to her family and friends. She will truly be missed. Using Vedic astrology, sidereal zodiac, not Western tropical zodiac, if you look to the eastern horizon when she was born, you would see the constellation associated with Cancer rising at 14 degrees. We're going to first look and see how the planets are operating and when they're operating at certain times in her life and what could be done to strengthen the chart. So, looking at Sun, Sun rules the second house of wealth and fame and stability in the relationships. It is placed in the marriage house, relationship house, and it gives her wealth through her father. Sun is the significator for father, and executive abilities. She ran the corporation, the Elvis Presley Corporation. Then the weak placement of old age moon at 28 degrees rules the first house of life purpose, personality, name, and fame. It's placed in the 8th house of vulnerabilities, and it's any planet that's more than 25 or less than 5 degrees has trouble promoting its own significations. So this placement of the moon made her quite sensitive, quite vulnerable, and moon is associated with heart. And in her chart, if there's a multicona sign 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, or 11 in the first house, that becomes the prime indicator for health. So she did pass from a cardiac arrest from a heart attack, and moon is associated with the heart as well as sun. And so this also, the sensitivity made her vulnerable to addictions. She actually, and there was some past life trauma or past trauma from rape as well. And then the weak placement of Mars. Mars is placed in that 8th house. The 6th, 8th, and the 12th houses are the Dustana or challenging houses. And so any multicona signs there, like you see Jupiter in the 6th house, Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter in the 6th, and Aquarius ruled by Saturn in the 8th. Those become functional malefic planets along with Rahu and Ketu for her chart. So we have that weak placement of Mars in that Dustana house, and it's ruling the house of career. So it gives her career through passionate expression of her vulnerabilities in her song and acting. Then we have weak placement, and it's also afflicted by Jupiter. Mercury is at 6 degrees, ruling the house of success through performing arts, acting, singing, modeling, fashion as well, and it's placed in that 8th house. So there's some vulnerability with that, some delay to her career. And then we have functional malefic Jupiter, and it's close to just slightly close, within 5 degrees of her rising sign degree, and it also indicates health issues and healing, and it afflicts the house of health, and there it also affects fame. So there are a lot of controversial stories written about her, and actually involved in a lawsuit as well. Jupiter rules the 6th house of lawsuits, health issues, conflicts, lack of peace of mind. There was some depression, definitely, and limited. Jupiter is education, so her education was limited. I think not sure if she actually graduated high school. Some vulnerability for her career as well. Then we have weak placement of Venus, also placed in a challenging sixth house. Uh, Venus is ruling the fourth house of the heart, and as well as uh, happiness and family life. And so she had four marriages, lots of family issues, lack of happiness because of the depression. Then we had functional malefic Saturn at 14 degrees, right on the most effective point, the rising sign degree. And it's ruling that house of healing trauma, chronic health and back issues that led to addiction, big windfalls of inheritance, 100 million from her father's estate, and uh, it affects her longevity. Now, she was mitigating that by the philanthropy through the Elvis Presley fund. Now, functional malefic Rahu Ketu, they're at 27 degrees. Um, Rahu in the house of giving desire for some sort of religion. Scientology was involved for many years until she rejected it in 2014. And then K2 giving spiritual kind of accent to her successor career, balancing the spiritual and material. Let's look at the timing of events. Her dad died in 77 during a Saturn period, death, Saturn ruling the house of death-like experiences. Her son Benjamin was born in 92 during a Jupiter period. Jupiter is significator for children. 94, she got separated and also was involved in a relationship with Michael Jackson during a K2 period, bringing unexpected events. Then we have in 97, she had the lawsuit with the Enquirer over slander during a Venus period, Venus sitting in the house of legal issues affecting happiness. To, 2002, she got divorced from Nicolas Cage during a Rahu period, Rahu again bringing unexpected events. Then we have sold most of her father's estate during Saturn period in 04. Again, inheritance, windfall, 100 million. And then had twins in 08 during a Jupiter period, Jupiter signification for children. Got a divorce and left Scientology in 2014, again during a Saturn period. Life-changing events, ruling the eighth house of life-changing events. Her son committed suicide during a moon period. Moon, again, for her is quite weak and sitting in the house of death-like experiences. Jupiter for children was weak and transiting the sixth house of setbacks. And then she had a heart attack and passed away in January 12th, 2023, during a Mars period. And you can see the circular chart on the left showing the outer circle where the planets were when she passed, and the inner circle where the planets were when she was born. And you see that Rahu and Ketu were right on the most effective point, the rising sign degree. So that means they afflict 6 out of the 12 houses, especially the 6th house of health, the 8th house of death-like experiences, and the 12th house of end of life and hospitalization. What could be done to strengthen the chart? We would want to transform Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu by charities, which she was doing. Then we would want to strengthen the benefic planets, which are Mars, Mercury, Moon, Sun, and Venus through wearing the gemstones, which she probably did some of that. But my favorite remedy would be a kavash containing a silver locket containing the Devata yantras for those planets. Thank you so much for listening. As you can see, this type of Vedic astrology is quite accurate. If you'd like to get a reading or learn this type of astrology, you're going to go to vastucreations.com. Thank you so much. And may she rest in peace. And again, condolences to her family.